Hey everybody, this is IndieGeek, and today I am taking a look at Ionball, sorry about that, Ionstorm. So, this is a game by Iron Sun Studios, hence my little mix-up there. It is available for $7 on Steam. It is only available for Windows, so sorry to Mac and Linux users, but I will of course link in the description to where you can purchase this. Basically, this is a game, something like Breakout or Arachnoid, that kind of thing. Kind of follows that sort of vibe. I'm not actually sure if I can go to older levels. Let's see. No, maybe I can't. That's okay though. We will just stick with where we're at. I've played about an hour in total. It says 34 minutes game time, but it works out to about an hour real time. I'm not sure what time doesn't get counted, but yeah, my Steam profile says about an hour, so. Basically, I think of this as Breakout with maybe a little more edge. as you can tell from things like the music, things like the visuals, you know, it's all a little bit more edgy than regular Breakout. And I will probably try and turn the music down just a little bit when we get back up to the menu. Let's see, as far as like what I want to do first of all, because I kind of like getting this kind of stuff out of the way, I want to get my very few gripes with the game out of the way. My biggest issues are probably performance issues, and that's a little unfortunate. And really the performance issues aren't too bad. The biggest things I've noticed are fairly lengthy load times sometimes, and then occasionally like the I don't know what you want to call it, the board or the basically your thing, the little ship at the bottom, is a little sticky sometimes. Like sometimes it'll take a little second to kind of react to how you move your mouse. Other than that, I think the game is fine. I like the game, but you know, those few performance issues do kind of put a bit of a damper on it, I guess, I would say. As you're seeing here, you know, it does still have some of the kind of classic power-ups that you'll get. There are some very different things that I want to get into. First of all here, let me adjust the volume just a little bit, and then we will get into those other things that I was about to mention, which there are also some in the menu. But there you saw like a bit of a lengthy load time just to get back out to this menu. I might actually have to go to the main menu to do that. Sorry, it'll only take a second. One thing I want to talk about, there are basically, you saw all of the things falling down, the little like colorful green and yellow bits. Those are our experience, and experience plays a large role in this, which is kind of different from other games that I've seen like this. I didn't personally play the first Ionball, so I don't know if that had the same kind of thing, but you can see here with our experience we can buy either passive or active upgrades. So passive upgrades are things like your ball damage or your bat size, other things like that, a chance for a second chance, upgraded shield, XP magnets, things like that. Active upgrades actually give you weapons, which I haven't gotten into yet, mostly because they don't sound as good as the other ones, but maybe we'll try one out here. Maybe I'll buy like a railgun. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, let's buy the railgun. I do need to see... that's not what I meant to do. Sorry. I think if I just open up the options menu at any time while I'm playing, it'll actually give me how to control that, because they're a little weird. I think it all uses the function buttons. So that one might be like F5 or so. We'll find out here real quick before starting. And then the other big difference I would say is you can see up in the top left, yeah, so railgun is F5, so can I just use that? I'm not really sure. Oh yeah, there it goes, it's doing stuff for us, that's cool. Yeah, in the top left you can see the super ray bar. Basically that just fills up over time. I don't have to do anything to fill that up, it just naturally fills up, and every once in a while when you see that fill up, so if you pay attention to it here for another minute, it will cause a random spot on the board to explode. Well, a random ship and some of the ships around it. It won't just explode like an empty space, but that allows us to, it kind of solves the issue of a lot of these kind of games, in that a lot of times you've got 1 or 2 ships left and it's just taking forever because you can't bounce it to the right place. This kind of solves that problem by occasionally it will just explode it for you, which I think is extremely nice. It's probably my favorite feature of this, actually. And it really is a nice feature. Like there you saw, I haven't gotten a ship in a while, but that helped me out by just exploding that one for me. I think from a visual perspective, it's also really good. Like I said, I haven't seen too many other games like this take this kind of visual style, so that's cool to see something a little different. And the music, while it's not necessarily for me, is again a little different from other games like this. Oh wow, I actually haven't gotten around like that. Another big aspect of the gameplay in a game like this, of course, is difficulty. Individual levels are very, very difficult. Like I've found plenty of levels where I just wasn't able to beat it in one go. Like you can see, 37 minutes game time, 48 deaths. So I have died a lot, and most levels I've had to spend a continue on. That being said, I think overall the game difficulty is not that bad. What'll happen is if you run out of lives, it kicks you back out to the main menu, and you can just restart the level you were on. All you do is you lose your points. So if you're someone like me who doesn't necessarily care about leaderboards, I think that's perfect. Obviously, if you do care about leaderboards, that adds a bit of difficulty because your highest score is going to come from being able to get through as many levels as possible without having to continue, which would definitely take some skill. Like you see here, I'm doing like terribly. And this is how most levels go for me. I'll have one time through where I will just do really badly. Sorry about that. That was my mouse just clicked off the screen for a second. That was not the game hiccuping or anything. I will say maybe like the other complaint I could have is it doesn't seem like there's a ton of enemy variety. They're mostly like those main ships we see. Yeah, there was a loss. That was really bad. And then these shield ships we do see a lot as well. But that being said, it's still really fun. It's still like, this is a classic formula. There's a reason that people are still making Breakout games. It's because at its core, it's still just a fun idea. It's still a fun game that people can enjoy. I certainly do. I always love a good Breakout style game. And this certainly fits into that as well. The technical difficulties are not enough really to stop me from playing, personally. I think it's still fun. I think it's still worth checking out. And if you're a fan of Breakout games, I pretty easily recommend it. It's not the best Breakout game on the market, but it is a pretty good one. And I think that is certainly worth the money. It's only $7, I think I said, so that's not that bad at all. For something that looks to have a lot of content, I think it said something like 60 levels, which is actually a pretty fair amount, especially because it's pretty difficult. And then I think the upgrade system just provides a whole new kind of side to a game like this that will, of course, also probably increase your play by quite a bit if you want to, fully upgrade your ship. That being said, I do feel like it starts off maybe a little too hard, but I think it's to encourage you to explore the ship upgrade system that's in place. And I think that is totally fair, because as soon as I started upgrading my ship, once I built up enough experience, the game did get more manageable, and I started losing less. Although I'm not showing it off very well here, but yeah, I think if you are a fan of Breakout, this is a pretty easy to recommend purchase. It just follows in with kind of the classic Breakout formula, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's still fun. It's a pretty good Breakout game, as I said. I wouldn't necessarily say it's the best one, but there are a lot of things here that I think make it worth playing that, do kind of help to make the formula feel a little fresh. But considering I got another game over here, I think that's probably a pretty good time to wrap this up. As far as the game, that's pretty much what's going on here. So, yeah, I think that is where we'll end it. Like I said, there is a link in the description to where you can pick this up if you would like to. And I do encourage you to check out that link and pick it up if you're a fan of Breakout games. But with that, as always, feel free to leave comments if there's anything that you'd like to comment about. Subscribe to the channel to see more videos from me every single day. And of course, if you like the video, then please do consider clicking the like button, as that helps me out a lot. And I greatly appreciate that. But with all of that being said, I thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time.